Okay, so I'll just come in here. I'll start a new project. When you're setting these up, XD likes to exist in the cloud, and you are able to set this up in the cloud. That means that if we were doing face-to-face classes, you could set this up at home and then come to your computer at TAFE and log in and pick it up. But XD is very big on version control, and it is not backwards compatible. So we had situations last year where people were working at home and then coming to TAFE and realizing that XD had not been updated to the version that they had. So they were unable to actually work on it at TAFE. Okay, so the backwards compatibility is an issue. You won't be having that because obviously you're working at home, but just be aware that when you create XD, by default, it will work in the cloud. Call me old-fashioned. I've sort of prefer to do it on my computers and do backups and just take my hard drives around. Anyway, so I'll just go here. So new, I'm just going to set up a new one. Now here, in terms of your sizes, the dimensions that we have here, now I'm happy for you to, if you are particularly strident in your opinions about a particular mobile phone, then I'm happy for you to do a Pixel. I'm sure there's a few Google Pixel people in the class. Is there any Nexus 9s? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Set it up for the 10 or 12, but you'll note that look at the pixel dimensions that it's actually giving you here. And these are actually much smaller than the pixel dimensions, the actual pixel dimensions of the actual iPhone 12 display. Okay, I would say just as a guess that actually don't ask me about an iPhone 12. I'm pretty sure an iPhone 10, it was actually 750 pixels wide, and it's probably double. Okay, so if you just Google actual phone dimensions, you'll note, and it's good to know the sizes of mobile screens, but in XD, those sizes are smaller. So perhaps best start with the sizes that you're given in XD and match those when you're building in Illustrator, okay? And I recommend using Illustrator to actually build them. So what we have here is an artboard. This has been created, okay? So in here, I can, create a shape. I'm doing this quite randomly. So you can see here, we've got the rounded buttons, so we can make our buttons have rounded corners and whatnot. We can come over here and we've got our colors. So let's do our CC. Hit tab and we get a color. So in terms of your headers, background colors, this is how you can build them. As I said, you can copy and paste from Illustrator to InDesign. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll build things up. Now here I have a shape that I've created. I'm just going to come over here and I will look for what I was creating food pics, probably. No, lower thirds. Sorry about this. It's probably here. XD, XD, XD. I'm just trying to find some images. It doesn't matter. I'll just come into just the desktop where I'll have a random image. Okay, so here we go. Let's say we've just got that. Come to XD. Which I'll just come back here. I'll just close up this one. Don't save. Okay, so I've got this shape. Here's my image. Drag and drop. Okay, and so this is how you make your clipping masks. Okay, so if I'm going to, now let's just say that I'm making this. I've got blah, 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 blah. Here's a title. Better do correct spelling. We've got that. Okay, so I've got image, text. I'll group those together. Command G, of course. And what I'll do is I'll Option drag. Okay. Come back here. Grab another one. Okay. Then I'll come back here. Change my text, correct spelling. So you'll build your assets this way. Okay, so that's group. I'll just duplicate that one. You'll notice that we're able to have our, I'll show, there's a lot more to this, don't worry. Actually, there's a lot more to this that I'll definitely be demonstrating. There we go. So I'll come in here and choose a new image. Don't know what I'm putting in there. There we go, blah, 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 and our spelling. And so now what we'll have is those. Okay, I'll place them in a particular place. I will group those together. And then I will do the scrolling. It's probably here. Okay, so scroll group. Okay, I think it's that one. Okay, so if I come in here now, hang on, I'll have to come back to that. It's something like that. I'll have to come back in terms of doing it. Yeah. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So we've got that. Now, then I can duplicate that, Option drag, create another group. Okay, so I've got horizontal scrolling. I can also do vertical scrolling. We'll get to that. I'm just showing you the basics. Now, let's just say this is all good. And now what I'll do is I'm clicking this, clicking the artboard, and I'm just going to Option drag it. Okay, if you Option drag, make sure that you are giving yourself room. And then from there, so this is the exact duplication. So what I'll do is come into here, and what I'll do is here, I'll just drag that over. I'll make this an auto animate. And so with that, I'll come over here. I'll just fade it out. This one, same deal. Prototype. Design, sorry. Fade out. And this, I'm doing that. Okay. So let's see what happens. We come over here, prototype. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Whoops, I'll come back here with that. Design, prototype with that. Actually, where are we? Auto animate, oh, duration. Here we go. Let's make it happen over a second. Ease out. Okay, that go over here too. Okay, so let's just see what happens. Click on that. Okay, the other thing's faded out. And then what I'll do is with this page, when I click this one, I'm going to take it back here. Whoops. Okay, so now we come into here, set, click, fade out. This one sends me back. Okay, so XD is very straightforward in the way in which you go from one page to the next. As I said, I'll just check out the scrolling. That's more than straightforward. Where are you? I'll leave that. I'll come in. I'll come back to it. I think I've just done it. Okay. And then, oops. Hang on, not that. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Oop, go back. I think I've made this link to the, yeah, let's just take that one off. Okay. That can go over there. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So obviously a little thing. Okay, you can see here. Okay, there's the scrolling. Okay, I've got to fix it up, but we're getting there. Okay, so we will do, actually, maybe let's try it with this one. Oops, not that. I'm going to click within there. All right, now let's try it. There we go. So there'll be a few things that we'll talk about here, certainly in terms of buffers, but scrolling is how that will work. So we'll fix that up. Okay. So the main thing is to design and build the pages and then come to the prototype phase.